All right. All right. Welcome everybody to today's webinar. The topic is going to be the ins and outs of A&D Appraisal Center. It's our recently launched all-in-one appraisal platform. Our presenters will tell you a little bit more about it. Next slide, please. Sergey. Okay. All right. So today we'll cover a little bit about us, about the Appraisal Center, and then our two speakers will kind of take you through a deep dive on how to use the system in terms of functionality with placing orders, choosing your AMCs, comparing prices, making payments, using the communication tools that are within it, and then how you would do things like request revisions, rebuttals, or to cancel orders. Our etiquette for the webinar is the same as it's been in our previous ones. If you've attended, we've muted microphones. We'll ask you to reserve the Q&As to using the Q&A function and do it towards the end of the formal part of the presentation. If you've got an immediate question, use the little raise hand feature and we'll respond to you through the chat. And then if you could turn off your cell phones and give the speakers the full attention, that'd be spectacular. And we can move on to the next slide. Okay, so for those of you who do not work with us currently, we are A&D Mortgage. We've been around for about 10 years now. We are one of the top non-QM lenders, so we cover a wide range of loan types for alternative documentation. We're big with conventional and government, and predominantly we work in the wholesale space with third-party brokers and originators. Go to the next slide. In terms of coverage, you can see the states where we require licenses, or where we have we do business purpose loans and you don't need to have a license. So we have pretty good coverage across most of the United States, except for a couple of states like Nevada, Arkansas, Alaska, the Dakotas, Minnesota. And again, we're a full service mortgage direct lender and servicer for conventional and non-QM loans. Next slide, please. And so today our speakers that'll cover the A&D Appraisal Center discussion are Sergey Pokolodin and Natasha Price. They have been instrumental in its creation. So they are well versed on the ins and outs of how to use it. So with that, I will turn the microphone over to Sergey.
All right, Carl, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thanks a lot. Hi, everyone. My name is Sergey Pokolodin, Product Development Manager at A&D Mortgage. I will show you the A&D Appraisal Center now. However, I wanted to touch on the idea behind it, why we created it, and some of the common AMC issues that we've observed over the years that our brokers have been facing with, and we did too. So the idea of the Appraisal Center was born out of the problem, like I said, brokers faced, and some of the problems are dealing with poor quality AMCs, dealing with multiple AMCs that have different portal designs, different workflows, different notifications, systems, etc. All of which created challenges for brokers to place orders smoothly and correctly. Also, other issues are lags in communications with AMCs, various means of communication. So some AMCs may use portal communication, some of them use emails, which is also not always efficient to juggle between them, among them. Also, obtaining documents like appraisal PDF, XML files, SSR reports, and among other documentation that lenders usually require, and some AMCs do not provide it on time or just don't provide it. Another challenge was for brokers that we heard is to be able to compare prices. So in order to do that, you would have to sign up with an AMC, with various AMCs, go through this vendor processing time, and then have to log into different AMCs, upload 3.2 files or fill out information over and over again just to get to the price to see, to be able to compare. All of these issues will be mitigated by use of our A&D Appraisal Center. You will not need to juggle. These are some benefits and some on this slide, some of the benefits and advantages over going to AMCs directly. So you will not need to juggle among all of the AMCs that you have signed up for. You will have only one single access point where you can place an order with AMC on the list, on our list. Also, you will not need to sign up with any AMCs because A&D Mortgage will sign up with all of them. So we will also listen to you guys, what AMCs do you want to sign up. We'll consider that and probably add them to the portal. So currently we have about 6 AMCs and we have about 8 that should be onboarded. They're already onboarded, should be activated today. I mean, within this week, and then about 12 more coming up within the next few weeks. So we're planning to have around 20 AMCs on our portal for your convenience, to have like options. So it'll be plenty of options for you guys in terms of price and quality and size of AMCs and states and everything. You will also be able to revise and rebuttal the appraisals on that portal, also in the same place, no matter what AMC you ordered it from, placed an order from, you will be able to rebuttal there. You don't have to go outside or send any emails. Then prices, a very, very important aspect is when you select an AMC, when you place an order, and then go to the AMC choice, as you click through them in the drop-down, you will see a corresponding price for that order. So you will choose the best suited option for you. Tracking of the appraisals and quality of AMC is also one of the good advantages, and as well as making payments easily. You can send a payment link to the borrower with just one click, or you can just upload a credit card authorization if you have it on you, or you can request a payment link to be sent to you. We will go over that in a minute. Additionally, as I mentioned before, one of the critical pieces that we've been dealing with is obtaining the XML files, the PDF file, the SSR reports that are crucial to our underwriting and any lender whatsoever. So it's always going to be in the portal. Once the order is completed, you will be able to download it and upload it to the LOS. Okay, so those are the benefits, and some of the obvious takeaways and benefits that you could already see is that you don't have to, it'll be less vendor management for you, more cost savings for you, for the borrowers, because you'll be able to compare prices. You'll see less of lost communication because it's going to be one portal, one place that you always want to go to and check communication on a particular order. And another one very important thing is that our team will be able to track the performance of each AMC. So if over time an AMC performs poorly, we'll be able to disconnect them. We'll be able to prove that they have kind of fallen behind on their turn times, on their quality of support, and any other issues. So and we'll be able to replace it with some other AMCs. So that's going to be also very efficient for everybody. Okay, so now we're going to dive into the portal itself, and I'm just going to stop this and show you the portals. How do you log into the portal? Is by going to you can either save the link, bookmark it, or you can go to our portal, to our website, so andmortgage.com over here, and go to resources, A&D Appraisal Center. This is like another way to log in. Click login, it'll take you to that portal. If you have already been logged in, it'll take you straight there. If you were signed out, then you will have to put in your username, which is usually your email address, and the password. Okay, so let's look into that. Login. To be able to create an order, you click on create order, green button here. And this is your dashboard. This is where you see all your times, due dates, some cards here of completion, canceled orders, and a list of all of your orders. So now we're going to go ahead and place a order. The easiest way to place it is by selecting 3.2 Fannie Mae file, 3.4, 3.2, choose file. We're going to go to select this file and then click import loan file data. And then as you can see, the information has been filled out, pretty basic. Everybody knows how to do that, right? All you want to do is just to validate that, to make sure that some of the required fields are filled out. Obviously, everything that says required is the one that I'm talking about. Besides this one, this is where you want to select A&D Mortgage. Please make sure to check your loan number because this is critical. If you export file from your POS, LOS system, then it'll probably take, most likely it'll take your loan number. So you want to make sure that the loan number is correct, is our loan number of A&D Mortgage. And then name, email address, phone number. Email address is important because obviously the appraisal will go to the borrower. Property type, let's say this is a single family residence. We choose the transaction type. Let's just make it a refi. We're going to do a 10 of single family residence. The address is required. And then if it's a purchase, put in the agent information. So this should be familiar for all of you guys because you have ever placed an order at any AMC portal. This is how it looks like usually. And then you select the product. So let's say 1004 single family. And if you want to add a 1007, you can also add it here. So the next section, vendor assignment. This is where you're going to select the AMC. You click on this, and this is great because I mentioned the 6 AMCs that we've had already, and actually we have the new AMCs that are coming up right now as we speak. I see some of them already on here that we just signed up this week. So you can choose, let's say, Appraisal Unlimited, you'll see the price here. If you want to choose, let's say, Core Valuation Management, 500. So there's a drastic difference there. So you can choose to your liking. And then you may skip some of these sections, especially if it's a refi, and then you did not order an appraisal with us for the same property before. And if you want to notify somebody who needs to get notifications, then you can put their emails here, your processors or whoever else, okay? One very important thing to remember is that this vendor message, if you ever want to leave a comment to an AMC, you want to leave it here, vendor message. So one of the most common cases where brokers would leave a comment is, for example, to make a payment by, let's say you have a credit card of the borrower and you would like to make a payment yourself. So you could put here, please send a payment link to me, and then spell out your email address. It would be broker John at brokershop.com, something like that. And when you go down, click next. No, because this is not a purchase. We're not going to upload any purchase contracts. Continue. Here, it prompts you to validate all of the information that you've just entered, verify the order details below, and click confirm and create order to place the order. So this is just the validation page. We're just going to skip that. Over here, you have 2 options how to make a payment. With a credit card, it's always selected, and then here you select between, I will upload a payment authorization form if you have one, or if you want the borrower to make a payment, the AMC will send a payment link to the borrower, given that you've provided the email address. If you have provided that comment in the vendor box on the previous screen with your email, and if you'd like to make a payment yourself, then the AMC will send a link to you. And I will show you in a moment how they will understand that. Confirm and create order. So you want to select this radio button if you want to send the payment link to yourself. Or honestly, I don't think it would matter that much because your comment will be read by the AMC and they will use that as a priority. Okay, so confirm and create order. What I want to stress is the importance of reading the comments and all of the communication that's going on the order. Because if you don't log in and don't pay attention to those, obviously you're gonna lose time. So you want to make sure that you react to the notifications that AMC is sending to you, and then you log into the system to check on the status of your order. All right, so this is your order. Some of the summary, you can jump into different sections by clicking on those buttons on top. And this is the comment that we just posted, that the broker would have posted. Please send the payment link to me, and this is my email address. And then AMC, when they get this order, they will realize that they need to send it to you, and you'll be able to make a payment. Okay. Alternatively, it will be sent automatically to the borrower. So we sent it to that company, Core Valuation Management. And if you want to leave a comment, you can leave it here. Okay. So now the order is placed, and then you wait until it's accepted by vendor, and then inspection scheduled. All those statuses are going to be delivered to you via notifications by email, or you can just go here and then take a look at your order. All right. So as I said, communication is very important. Please come in and check at all times. Now, the next thing we wanted to talk about is how to do a revision or a rebuttal, which is pretty much the same thing with a slight difference. So in order to do a revision or a rebuttal, we would have to have a completed order. So let's go to completed order. When it comes in, we also have a test completed order here. You're going to click on a blue hyperlink. And within this order, you want to click on actions and then request revision. So in order to request a simple revision, let's say change flood zone to X because they made a mistake. You just do that, and then they will respond to you that this has been completed and appraisal have been re-uploaded with all the supporting documentation. However, if you have that and then you have another bigger issue, like let's say you don't like the comps, comps are wrong. See attached rebuttal form. See attached rebuttal form, and you're going to select in a drop down the rebuttal form value reconsideration, and you're going to upload it. And where do you get that form is on our website under forms over here, and this is in the third line down, appraisal reconsideration form. You want to fill this form out with your details, and and then 3 comps. This is 1, 2, and 3. Fill that out and then upload it to the appraisal center here. And then also same way, come in and check it out whenever it's you get the notification that it has been completed, or they may have more questions to you. Okay, so that's on the rebuttals, and then pretty much the basic how-to we've gone over. Everything that you do on the portal, or AMC does, or we do on our side, is going to be stated in the comments in this kind of communication center. Even if AMC is reaching out and you responding to them by email, it'll still come into here. So this definitely captures all of the history, and you can you can backtrack the order if you need to investigate anything or fight about turnaround times or something like that. So that's that. And I wanted to mention also that in the reports and then other supporting documents, this is where you're going to find the XML reports, the PDF reports, the SSRs, the AIR, everything that'll be uploaded here on every order. So you don't have to like chase the appraiser or AMC for that if a lender requires that. So you just come in here, download it, and upload it to our LOS. Going forward, speaking of our future plans, wanted to touch on that. Going forward, this will be, all of this system will be integrated into our new LOS that's coming out shortly this month. And within the next quarter, we'll integrate it so you won't have to log in to this system with the extra credentials. It'll be just one set of credentials for LOS and for the system. It'll be the same interface that you will be used to in the LOS, and it'll be, a little more streamlined process for you. So all the documents will be automatically uploaded into the system, and data will be already transferred into here, so you don't have to like import the 3.2 file, fill it out by hand or anything like that. It'll be much more seamless than this, even though this is already a big time saver and better system for to manage different AMCs. So that's pretty much it on the basic usage of the system. And one thing I wanted to mention is if you ever have any issues or problems with, let's say, credentials or technical issues, let me open that slide again. So this slide, we have several contacts. So for credentials, if you need to add your processor or another loan officer who places orders or anybody, then you reach out to appraisal.access.request@andmortgage.com. They will create credentials for you or explain you how you can do it yourself. The system allows you to create credentials yourself if you have a bigger shop and you want to create one manager, one lead, or like several people who want to see everything. There are various options of how you can create credentials yourself or with our help. Just let us know, we'll be able to help you. If you really have technical difficulties, like, I don't know, any bug or, I don't know, payment doesn't go through or something like that, which usually shouldn't happen, and we're adding more AMCs that are very, very tightly integrated with the system, so that shouldn't be happening. Then, in any case, if that does happen, you go to support@valuelinksoftware.com. They will be able to swiftly remove that issue. Okay. And then if you want to talk about the appraisal, about our forms, about A&D mortgage process in terms of as far as appraisal process is concerned, you want to reach out to our folks at appraisaldesk@andmortgage.com. They'll be able to talk you through the rebuttal form, explain you how to submit it, what to do with that, and if needed to escalate or make an exception or something like that. That is going to be appraisal desk. All things appraisal, kind of qualitative questions. And then the forms that we just used, the rebuttal form is there on under documents in our website, and then the login page, and then tutorial videos and PDFs of what we just discussed and in the greater details are also going to be there at andmortgage.com/order appraisal. So that's pretty much it from me. Now going back to you, Carl.
Okay, thank you. Next slide. We'll just skip to the next slide. Okay. I just was going to do some refreshers on a few tools that, in addition to the A&D Appraisal Center, that we've developed the last couple of months and launched to help the broker community. The first one is the quick pricer, so you can go to the website and quickly run some pricing scenarios on the various non-QM programs. It's a fairly easy user interface. We just covered A&D Appraisal Center in depth, and if you got questions, hold on to them for just a few more minutes. And then A&D Studio is our all-in-one marketing platform that allows you to, kind of like Canva or some of the other systems you might see out there, that lets you design flyers, postcards, social media posts, sort of on the fly on the website fairly quickly. We'll be doing an in-depth deep dive on that one next week in a webinar. Next slide, sir. Which is exactly what's here. So A&D Studio will cover in the next webinar, and then the following 3 weeks we'll cover the asset utilization program. We're going to have kind of an open hour-long session with our broker support team. They can cover any questions you guys may have on any situation that typically pops up that perhaps your account executive can't handle initially. And then the last one that we'll have that'll round up the middle of the month will be focused on doing cash out refinances. Next slide, sir. And then you can stay engaged with us. A couple of other methods through our social media channel. We've got channels on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, as well as A&D Mortgage bot, which is on a platform called Telegram that you can download from the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. And then we are participants in a few online forums called Non-QM Exchange that are both on Facebook and LinkedIn. That's sort of an open forum for the entire broker community. We participate with other lenders, and so there'll always be questions back and forth. We find out it's actually a good source of leads for people. If you don't know how to do something, or you've got scenarios, you can type them there, and various lenders, including ourselves, will pipe back up with answers saying, hey, you could send that scenario over to us, or we'll keep you informed of other either product updates or educational updates, or even industry news that may be happening that you're not aware of. So next slide. And then for those of you who have or have not participated in some of the previous webinars, we record all of them and then we post them over on A&D Learning Center. It's usually within 24 hours. So most days it's actually before the close of business, East Coast time. So this may be up within the next few hours, otherwise tomorrow. So, and then next slide. And the other thing is before you log out, there'll be a brief 5-question survey. And then for the attendees that came tomorrow, we'll also send you an email that contains both Sergey and Natasha's contact information, as well as a lot of those links that Sergey showed you with the PDFs and other helpful documents and videos. So with that, we can turn it over to the Q&A portion. So go ahead and start typing in your questions in the Q&A session, and we'll start answering them. No questions. All right, let's give it another minute or two. It's possible there may be no questions.
That's our idea, actually, Carl, to have a very smooth and efficient system so it doesn't raise any questions.
I don't disagree with that, but I'm sure that if there's first-time users, that there's a button they don't know how to click. Okay, it appears we may not have questions. I'll give it another minute, and if the questions don't come through, we'll close today's webinar. Oh, there we go. There's a question. Can you see this one from Joseph Kella?
Natasha, you're on mute.
Oh my God.
I'm reading. Sorry. Support your brokers. Talk with our having issues getting answers from the agency.
Why is it popping up?
If you are having specific issues within the ANC, please reach out to the appraisal desk and we will reach out to our contact to provide you with the best assistance from them. Oh. I'm sorry, were you guys able to hear me?
Yeah, I was able
Okay.
to hear.
Okay. Oh,
Good question.
okay.
Do you want to,
Okay.
Sergey, can you show them how to do revision
Yeah.
again?
Revision. Okay. So we want to make sure, I mean, obviously the revision is being done after the loan is completed. I mean, the order is completed. So you would go to your dashboard, select that loan that you need to do the revision for. I'm just going to go to all completed orders in this section here. Click on any completed order. Let's say this one is a completed. I'm going to click on that. And then this actions button, you want to click on that. And in the general section, click request revision. This is where you're going to leave the comment. So let's say revision for like I said earlier, flood or name or address, and then submit. If you need to do a rebuttal of the comps of the reconsideration of value, then you do the same process, revision, but you would have to upload the rebuttal form, which is on our website. So oh, already requested revision, so that's why it's not going to let me do it anymore. But I have another order that has that was completed. For the rebuttal, request revision, see attached rebuttal form. Sorry for my spelling. See attached rebuttal form, and you want to go all the way down and select value reconsideration as a type of document, and then choose that document. First, I don't have it here, but you would choose that document and upload it and then submit it again. And that document could be found in documents and forms on our website. And this is the form, appraisal reconsideration form. Fill out the information about yourself, about the loan, and what's the problem with it, and then provide your comps, 1, comp 2, and comp 3, and then a summary of the issue. So I'll save this form and upload it to the portal over here. So that's how you do it, and then submit. So the EMC, when they review it, they will respond to you in the chat as well.
All right, Natasha's answering a couple of questions offline. Do we have any new questions?
One quick comment. Bill did mention, which is true. If a revision is done or a request is being made, leaving a comment is not sufficient. It really does need to be put in through the update status. If not, the AMC will receive the request, but then they can't access to input the revision since the order states completed. So we always want to make sure that we're using that action button to update statuses or orders. Okay.
Thanks, Natasha. Okay. Do we have any more questions from the team, from folks out there?
The payment, Natasha, will you take that?
So if you are changing the method of payment, the comment section would be your best guide, especially if the payment link is being sent to, let's say it got sent automatically to the borrower. You just put in that comment box to please send it to you.
I'll
So then you
show
can
it.
go ahead and make the payment.
So for instance, you have sent this order in and did not leave that payment, that comment when you placed an order. You don't have to go back. And let's say you selected, you didn't leave any comment, you selected for the borrower to receive a payment link, or you selected credit card authorization form to be uploaded, but you decided that you want to pay now. So you leave a comment here and say, please send link to me, email address, okay? Add comment. And it'll be all the way down here. They will see that this will be addressed to us and to AMC as well. You want to definitely make sure to tell borrower not to pay, so they don't charge it twice by accident. But that's how you do it.
Okay. Any more questions?
So for those of you who just gonna show you how the real order would look like in the end, I have it here. I can show you. Oh, one more thing. After I'll show that. I wanted to you know, tell you that we have notification settings that are really important. So let's say this order, this is my side. I have some of the orders visible here. So I'm gonna go to completed, and let's say, you see how this created assigned. Well, actually, let me go back. When the order gets to the next stage, all of the statuses show up here. Green means like it was completed, to kind of spot it easier. Who's your vendor here, and then order number. You click on that, go into the order, you will see the documents. I'll show you the documents and all of the communication that has been happening on the order. First of all, the payment status, it has been paid in full. Then please send payment link to Christina, this blah, blah, blah. This has been done. Also, she sent it. The comment will appear here on the bottom. And then all of this communication has been going on. I mean, it's not really a communication on the issue. It's more like inspection completed, and then some of the automated new document has been uploaded, all the automation that's been happening here. So if you don't want to be notified about some of the notifications, if you want to turn them off, you can ask our credentials team and they could turn it off. You can select which notifications to receive, which not. If you want just to receive like a completed order only notification, you can totally do that. These are the forms, the PDF files that and XML files that I've been talking about. Let's say they invoice, the Freddie and Fannie SSRs, the appraisal itself, the ARR certificate, and then the XML is also here. Everything you need is going to be here in order to provide it to A&D Mortgage. Okay, So definitely you want to make sure you always staying on top of your communication. All right. And then, for example, some of the settings, communication settings that we can set up for you. Communication settings. Email manage, email alert, and all of these options that we can turn on or off for you. Okay. All you need to do is just to request, let's say you get inundated with all those notifications. If you don't want them, we can turn them off. Okay. So that's what I wanted to show. Thanks, everyone. Great questions. Thanks for participation. Thank you for not getting any questions. Let's wrap it up, Carl, right?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Yeah, if there's no more questions, I would say we can go ahead and get wrapped up. Do you want to give it, we'll give it 30 seconds more to get any last minute questions in, otherwise we're done. If not, be sure to take the survey at the end. Let us know how we did. Give us any other additional ideas for other upcoming webinars. And I would say we are good to close. So thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sergey. Thank you, Natasha.